Hello and welcome to another SkaredCast Battle Report. Today, the Custodes face off against the Skari. Let's begin. Okay, welcome to the battle. It is all set up. We have a maelstrom of war, contact lost. We have one objective in the middle, 2 in the vanguard deployment for the Dark Eldar, and the Custodes have picked a fantastic vantage point, forcing the Dark Eldar to come to them with 3 objectives in their deployment zone. The Custodes did finish deploying first, and therefore will get +1 to their roll. Let's see.
Smokes.
And he rolls a 2. And I roll a 5. The Dark Eldar will try and take first turn, unless...
Yeah, I'm going to try to seize.
And that is a seize, not even with a reroll. Have fun, Jared. Oh no. Enjoy the game. So here is the Skari force. It's a battalion detachment led by Archon Skari himself. He's supported by his succubus with Archite Glaive, and 3 troops. We've got a unit of witches with an agonizer, and we've got 2 units of Cabalite warriors with blasters. We also have in the elite slot a unit of Trueborn with blasters, as well as Scourge, 6 Razorwing Flocks and a Beastmaster, 6 Reaver jet bikes with 2 Heat Lancers, a Ravager with Lancers, a Raider with Lancers, a dual cannon Venom, and a Void Raven bomber. Let's see what the Custodes have brought to the fight.
Is this my sweater?
Okay, this is Jared's new army, Custodes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you bring today for 1,500 points?
I got an Oro Malleus Inquisitor with a needle pistol and 4 sword. 2 units of 5 Custodian Guard. 2 vulnerable Custodian Dreadnoughts. Vulnerable Custodian Land Raider. A unit of Witch Seekers and a Null Maiden Rhino.
Very cool. It's 1,500 points of hard-hitting Custodes forces. We've been having a lot of fun collecting and painting these.
Yeah, they're great.
Awesome. Let's begin. Custodes turn 1. We had High Command order the warlord of the Custodes force, the Inquisitor, to go to the high ground and take the hill. So priority order received, which forced the entire Custodes force to push down this flank. Shooting did take 7 wounds off the Void Raven bomber and kill 1 of the Reaver jet bikes in the backfield, while the 2 dreadnoughts have advanced to put pressure on the Dark Eldar lines. The Custodes have moved out of the forest, and the Flamer Sisters and the mighty Land Raider are pushing forward. Okay, so we're moving on to the Skari. First turn, and my one order is, fittingly, to defend Objective 4 from the onslaught. On to turn 1. Dark Eldar turn 1. The Reaver jet bikes moved into the forest, fired into this dreadnought, did no damage because he passed his saves. My Ravager took 9 wounds off of this dreadnought. He has 1 wound left. Sadly, I misplayed this raider, and he couldn't see the sneaky dreadnought. The Razorwings have flown up to create a screen to stop the enemy advance onto the hill, while the Trueborn and the Witches have decided to support that whole flank there. The Scourge is still flying in the skies, and the Void Raven bomber dropped a bomb on that unit of Custodes and has done 3 mortal wounds, killing 1 in the ensuing explosion. So we're moving on to turn 2. I'm currently holding Objective 4 to defend it, and the Custodes are pushing on Objective 4 to try and get a 4-point swing.
We're going to get it.
Yeah, moving on to turn 2 for the Custodes. They draw 2 cards as he has 2 objectives. And Custodes turn 2. We had the Sisters with the Flamers take the central objective, while the rest of the force is pushing hard towards Objective 4. I do defend Objective 4 at the end of this turn, but the Custodes have succeeded in getting area denial for a point as well. And they also got first blood by killing the Void Raven Bomber. Defend Objective 3 is in play when this Dreadnought is trying to defend Objective 3. And my Razor Wings lost 4 of their number over combats and shooting, and I did choose to pass the morale test with command points to allow them to hold and deny the 2-point area denial. So we're moving on to turn 2 for the Drukhari, and we have 2 active tactical objective missions. We've got Defend Objective 2, which just happens to be in the middle of the board. We've got Psychological Warfare, which is going to be incredibly tough. So I'm going to burn 2 command points, and I'm going to redraw that one. Priority orders received.
Ooh, be number 4.
So, okay, bottom of 2. I've been tasked with defending Objective 2, which happens to be all the way over here. I am trying to stop him from scoring 3, which is fine, but I did lose 3 more jet bikes. I did kill the Rhino and was able to knock the unit of sisters down to 2 with combination of some shooting and whatnot. The Venom did try target tar pit a few units, but got murdered. The Trueborn are out of the tank, and all the witches died in combat because, ouch, they're nasty in combat. But the Succubus is alive, surrounded by the Custodes. The Ravager and the Beastmaster are on the hill, while this unit of Cabalite Warriors is back here as well. And then, of course, we have mission critical objective and priorities received. So my Warlord has to get a random objective. I rolled a 3, which happens to be the one where the Dreadnought is in the back, and defend Objective 2. Okay, we're moving on to turn 3. Custodes turn 3. The Custodes surrounded the Succubus and beat her to a bloody pulp before she got to do anything. These Custodes made an 11-inch charge and only put 1 wound on my Beastmaster, and the spears failed to do any wounds against the Ravager, which is incredible, while the Trueborn have survived and they're just sitting back there. The Sisters and the Inquisitor did move here and put 3 wounds on the Razor Wings, but they are still alive, while this Dreadnought crushed the 2 Reaver jet bikes that were left.
Clobbering time.
Clobbering time. The Scourge did succeed in getting me 2 points for defend Objective 2, even after taking a lot of damage from the Heavy Bolter on the Land Raider, who did shoot his last cannons here only to put snake eyes worth of damage on the Raider. So not exactly what he was hoping. Now, Jared, I completely forgot to put a unit down. He gracefully let me deploy them on a crater back here in the backfield because I forgot to deploy them. Okay, and we're moving on to turn 3 for the Drukhari. I currently have 2 objectives, so I still have the priority objective. I have to try and secure Objective 6, and I have to kill something in the shooting phase with overwhelming firepower. Okay, Dark Eldar turn 3. So we had a lot of shooting, killed the 2 little sisters of battle, gave me overwhelming firepower. And I was able to charge into the Warlord, and he has 2 wounds remaining, but I was able to secure Objective 6. In the meantime, the Razorwing Flocks have charged in, losing 1 of their number, and have bogged down the Land Raider Crusader, while my Warlord is going full throttle to try and take out this Dreadnought to hold Objective 3. The Dreadnought has 2 wounds remaining. In the meantime, we've got the Cabalite Warriors holding the backfield, and 1 of the Storm Shields died in this unit thanks to the blasters from the Trueborn, but they're going to die a horrible, hideous death. Maybe not. Maybe they'll survive. We shall see. As we move on to turn 4. Turn 4 for the Custodes. They converged on the Warlord's position and killed the Ravager and the Scourge with some good charge distances. The Land Raider fell back to grab Objective 2 and start defending it, while the Dreadnought was able to plink another wound off the Raider with the Archon. All in all, there's a lot of points left still on the Custodes force. And the Dark Eldar are only getting... Is that Razorwing within 3 inches of that? The Dark Eldar are getting a few more objectives as the Warlord is pushing on the priority mission critical objective by the dreadnought in the back. Turn 4, we're going to call TSN turning point. So I was able to move up the lance from the raider, knocked out the last 2 wounds from the dreadnought, allowing my warlord to take objective 3, which was secured by the enemy. So that was D3, I rolled a 3, plus 3 because my warlord got it. So 6-point swing. That really puts me ahead on Maelstrom points. So unless he tables me, it's pretty much game. The Raised Wing tied up the Land Raider while the Raider charged in as well to prevent from capturing objective 2. And we're moving on to turn 5. Could be the end of the game. Let's see what the Custodes can pull out at the end here. Turn 5 for the Custodes. These 3 Custodes charged into the crater, wiping out all the Trueborn. The Warlord ran, trying to get to the top of the hill to score his points, while this unit of Custodes moved, shot, killed 4 of them, and one of the Cabalite warriors is left alive, but that forest saved him from an imminent charge. The Land Raider has blown smoke, ready to be able to, be alive for next turn. Okay, so we're moving on to turn 5 for the Drukhari. I still have Assassinate, try kill a character. Let's see. Okay, so turn 5. The Raised Wing and the Raider charged into Land Raider. Again, stopping it from shooting. Again. All the other shooting was ineffectual, and my Archon, in true Dark Eldari fashion, is hiding to prevent the tabling. So at the end of turn 5, does the game continue to turn 7?
Sure does.
Or 6. It does go to turn 6. That means there's points to be had. On to turn 6. Okay, so we've got the Custodes charged in, killed the Raider, while the Land Raider has moved in a flanking motion. If the game goes on, my Warlord is going to be in danger. In the meantime, the Warlord finally made it to the top of the hill.
It only took 6 turns.
It only took 6 turns and wading through all these Dark Eldar bodies to get to where he needed to go. And he's finally gloriously atop the hill. So he did get priority orders received and mission critical objective for 4 crucial points. So moving on to turn 6 for the Dark Eldar. Do you want to see what I'm going to do turn 6? Haha! Turn 6. He's going to go from here to here. Because that's all I can pretty much do. Well, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it does, because I just don't want those Sentinel blades to shoot me. All these guys. So he's just going to kind of hide from them, so they can't shoot him, essentially. And then I'm going to just hope that Land Raider doesn't kill me. If the game goes on. But it is the end of turn 6, so I get to roll the dice. Okay, does the game go on? The game is over.
Good game.
Good game, sir. I'm pretty sure I got the points, but 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points.
To 6.
And you got First Blood and Linebreaker. So, okay, perfect. So the Dark Eldar win once again. Leave a comment down below. What did you have comments to say about the game today? Jared?
Oh, I don't know. Murdered a lot of Dark Eldar. That was great.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always fun. They look really cool. They're quite tough with 3 wounds apiece. Make sure you stay tuned for the Tactical Corner where I talk about the game. And check the links down below if you'd like to check out more. Thanks a lot for tuning in. This is Skari, your grateful host. Till next time. Skari out.